17 special vehicles and 25 production vehicles made the long haul from KwaZulu-Natal, Northwest Province and Gauteng to the Western Cape late in March for round 1 of the South African Off-Road Car Championship. The Nissan dealers lap 2, and there was no holding back Hannes Grobler and Richard Leek in the race-leading Nissan. On board with Geniel de Villiers and Francois Jordan in the proudly South African Nissan Hardbody. They had last won a national championship event in July last year, which was the O'Hagan's Kopanong Hotel 500 in Mafeking, and were hell-bent on halting their teammates' run of 4 consecutive wins. Grobler would have none of that and continued to increase his lead over de Villiers and Reyneke. Castrol Toyota pair, Api Reyneke and Robin Houghton, kept the pressure on de Villiers and Jordan as they ploughed through the thick sand. Hannes Grobler was in spectacular form, with a veteran rallyist reveling in the conditions, which at times were more akin to a rally special stage. The leaders were now encountering backmarkers who were still completing their first lap, and it was evident that the thick sand had caught many crews unawares. De Villiers had no problem getting past Alfred and Tommy van Vieren in the Class E Nissan Hardbody. The crowd certainly enjoyed that. Api Reyneke and Robin Houghton maintained station in the Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser, which hadn't missed a beat so far. GBS Racing pair Katsier Labuschagne and Johan Gerber were also still on their first lap and enjoying the added power from the Class D Nissan versus that of their previous Class E vehicle. Husband and wife Niels and Zelda van der Walt were also on their first lap, but making steady progress in the Class E Nissan Hardbody. Gerald Mundell and Billy Bond's prolonged bat had been plagued by fuel pressure problems since after the prologue, and they were still 10 kilometers from the end of their first lap. Haasbroek and Freddie Skeepers still led Class D in the Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser and were well placed to take advantage of any problems that the Class T contenders might encounter along the way. John Weir-Smith and Jeff Minnett's charge was halted when they got stuck and their engine overheated in the 40-kilometer long thick sand section of the route, and were now 1 lap behind special vehicle category leaders Atang Makhegenene and Mike Stangl, whom they had just overtaken. The BMW 540 V8 motor fitted to the O'Hagan's Kopanong Hotel Gymco later cried enough, and they were forced into early retirement. Not that he had to, but Makhegenene nevertheless gave chase. Scott Abraham and Obert Carolyn were a lap down and had got stuck in the sand for 45 minutes in the two-wheel drive O'Hagan's Kopanong Hotel Jeep, and then to make matters worse had to contend with an under-bonnet fire before they got underway again. Giel Nels' Look Africa Truggy was one of the few special vehicles that made it through the thick sand and was the new Class B leader. Once again, his consistency had paid off. Andrew Birkin had also had a tough time in the sandy section, but managed to get through unscathed and now held down second place in Class B. Klerksdorp-based Hein Grobler and Gerard Prinsloo were second in Class D in the GBS Nissan Hardbody, but they would later drop down the order when they lost four-wheel drive and had to complete the event in two-wheel drive. Alfie Cox impressed the pundits with his smooth, fast pace and had claimed third in Class D at this stage of the Nissan Dealers 400. Co-driver Henny Tersteege is hugely experienced and well equipped to act as onboard tutor for the motorcycle ace. Colin Herbst and Ian Rutherford were also a lap down on the leading group, but have nevertheless had a steady run so far in their Class A 4x4 special vehicle, but they too would retire later in the race. The thick sand posed no problems for Mark Cronier and Chris Birkin, who now had Class E under their total control and were lying 9th overall in the production vehicle category. The designated service point in Darling was a hive of activity.
Man, the top loop is sandy. It's bad. Nice routes marked well, but yeah, this is definitely a different off-road race to what we've been used to. Okay, go.
Marius van Vuren was out of the race, and there were still some problems with the Kia. Reigning Class B champions Marcus Taylor and Mark de Chalane called in for some fuel. Officials battled in the windy conditions, and others like Woolridge and Scholthammer, whose Ford is fitted with a long-range tank, passed straight through.
Marking could be a bit better, and the thick sand is really difficult.
Johan and Martinez van der Merwe in the Shivani Mitsubishi Colt led a string of vehicles into the pits, with some needing nothing more than fuel and others heading for retirement. Fortunately, the van der Merwes only needed some fuel. Dion Skuman and Jan Simon got the stricken top car Ferroda Nissan going again.
David Roker, a clutch and fourth gear, and fuel's all leaking and power steering, lost power steering. So I love it. You can't go in the sand with other gears. It doesn't work.
The top car Ferroda Nissan looked a little bit worse for wear.
We thought we were out because we lost a wheel earlier on at the marshalling point, but then another Nissan had a breakdown, so we could take their wheels, which allowed us to continue. So we lost a lot of time, but it's still going alright. We'll just keep on losing our spare wheels off the back, which is no good. Good luck, guys.
The Van der Walt couple bypassed the pits in the Class E Nissan Hardbody, while there was a driver change in the Jeep, with Owood Carolyn taking his turn at the wheel.
Scotty stands behind him over there, Frankie.
Refuel time for the Look Africa Truggy. A rather forlorn Jeff Minute on his way to the pits.
Looks like it's been a long walk. What happened?
The car stopped. Had a couple of technical problems and it stopped.
How were you going up until then?
No, fine. Okay. We're making up some time. We obviously didn't have a great start this morning, but we made up a lot of time and we were happy. We're second and, well into the race.